Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hamaspik inaugural legislative breakfast. We welcome the Honorable David A. Paterson, Governor of New York State. Good morning. In this inaugural legislative breakfast for Hamaspik, after 23 sound years of service, I want to thank its founder, Meyer Wertheimer, for his outstanding work. And to my colleagues in government, not all of them could join us this morning, but Congressman John Hall, Senator Tom Morahan, Assemblywoman Ellen Jaffe, to all of you who have been of assistance to this great organization, I want to thank you on behalf of the people of the state of New York. Now, I have to apologize. I was asked by the administration to represent the President's view on the State of the Union address on the television show The View this morning. And the weather is so inclement that it took much longer than it should have to get here, even when you're in a police car with sirens. I always thought you just turn on the siren, everybody gets out of your way. Well, they can't in the snow. And so I have to leave momentarily to be on time to do that program. But I do want to point out that Hamaspik started in 1987 as a single intermediate care facility in Monroe, New York, and has grown since then to a multi-service, multi-facility network that spans 12 counties here in the state of New York. That is incredible development in a short period of time. And it now has expanded its care from personal care to traumatic brain injury to servicing some who have traumatic brain injury who received it overseas fighting for our country, and also for those who are in need of different types of integrated care. And though this care was initially designed for people of the Jewish faith, it is now benefiting people of all nationalities, of all religions, and of all races right here in this state. Boy, you know, if the president got this kind of reception, I wouldn't even have to go do The View. So thank you so much for that. But in addition, you have provided the opportunity of employment to thousands of people, giving them the opportunity to make a living wage and have a valuable job. And what better job would there be than in the service and the care of others? Now, I began my career in the district attorney's office working on cases that involved the mental disease or disability of defendants. So I became very familiar with mental health issues before I was elected to government in 1985. And in the early 80s, we had a long, big word that we used to talk about, deinstitutionalization. But the problem with deinstitutionalization is that we affected it so quickly that there weren't the kind of service providers that were strong enough to care for it. And that's what gave Mr. Wertheimer the idea of creating Hamaspik, and that's why you filled a void that unfortunately those formulators of policy in the state ignored at that particular time. But what you did was give people who are disabled greater opportunities than they ever would have had before to be part of our society. We have a staggering unemployment rate in the disabled community. 71% of legally or totally blind people in this country don't have a job. 9 out of every 10 deaf people in this country are unemployed. And less than 50% of ambulatory disabled people are able to go to work every day. So there's a 37% unemployment rate in the disabled community. And the problem is that where care has been given, it has been in the types of facilities that I want to get rid of the OMRDD operated facilities and replace them with the kind of integrated care that Hamaspik has brought to the Hudson Valley and New York City and Long Island and Westchester, and would like to bring it all over the state. So I can't thank you enough. Hamaspik is derived as a word that really means provider. But it isn't just a word, it's your work that informs people who are the recipients of your care, the family members, or those even at the administrative level of the state who observe the tremendous way that you give of yourselves for others. We know that you are right now trying to open up another Article 16, and you were denied in the past. But that might not happen because there is a new sheriff in town. And now we're going to take a good look at the seeming disagreement between the Hudson Valley Disabled Care Units and the Brooklyn Disabled Care Units and see if we can't get them on the same page so we can expand your facilities and expand your wonderful service to those who need it all over the state. There were a few Hamaspiks before Hamaspik. There were a few organizations that cared for those who had ability but not opportunity, whose society didn't believe in, the stones that the builder refused. I tell you that because I am one of them. If I hadn't gotten the opportunities to be mainstreamed into public education, but at the same time have organizations that could help me with the special needs I have, I wouldn't be standing here as governor. I don't even know if I would be employed. I'm lucky. I am one of the truly blessed people. And so when I have all these problems with the budget and the legislature, they have no idea. I'm so glad to be here. They can yell at me and scream at me all they want. I'm still glad to be here. But I would be remiss, I would be guilt-ridden, and I would have it haunting my conscience if I don't, in this decision-making capacity, provide strong leadership at the executive levels to providers such as yourselves who take individuals who don't believe in themselves and give them the kind of care and the kind of inspiration that maybe they can go out and live productive lives, maybe they can go out and help save the world, maybe they can go out and aspire to the highest leadership positions in this state. And when they're able to, then we'll really know that as a society, we have removed all of the obstacles. But you are in the forefront of that movement. Your care is in the apex of that service. And I came here on behalf of the people of the state of New York to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the wonderful service that you provide to the next generation of people like me who might amaze you if they're only given a chance. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rabbi Wertheimer, and thank you all for having me today.